What's up, angels? It's the West Coast Bells, and we are back with a review of Tamar's Get Your Life. It's season 1, episode 2, and the episode is called Breakthrough in the Breakroom. So, my name is Misha.
And I'm Ty.
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.
All right, everybody. So the scene opens up, and Mona is looking for Tamar's toupee. Okay, Mona is searching high and low for Tamar's toupee, and she finally sees it, and it's sitting with Logan. She meets Logan. No, I'm just kidding. She found Tamar. I have to say off top, the thing on top of her head just makes me a little uneasy. But anyway, Mona was looking for Tamar, and Mona found Tamar, and Tamar said, "This is Logan." And as soon as Mona, as soon as Mona saw Logan, she said, "Vince, spit him out, and nothing is
right."
And that couldn't be for. That is the absolute truth. Logan looks exactly like Vince. I mean,
He does. He looks just like him to me.
he looks exactly like Vince. He does, but he's so cute. He
Adorable.
is so cute. He's so cute, and you can tell he's very mannerable. He's a really good kid. You can tell.
I can tell he's bad too.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But Mona wants an update. And she says, I just watched, Mona is watching it in real time, okay? So Mona's like, I just watched the scene where you had a breakthrough, and, she made some suggestions, like, you had this breakthrough. Maybe when you're having these breakthroughs, that's when you should let the music pour out. That's when you should channel your artiste and turn your trials into triumph, basically. In the middle of her saying that, though, Tamar has been, let me just say that throughout this episode, Tamar is avoiding completely and deflecting and trying to not face whatever it is she has to face by just facing things. You know what I mean?
She's avoiding everything.
Yeah, she's avoiding everything. So she says that, and I thought this was interesting, even though it was a side note and really didn't have anything to do with the episode. She pointed to the Monopoly game on the table, and she said, I got this Monopoly game from Tony Braxton. Tony sent me that Monopoly game a couple years ago because she didn't want to do the Braxtons. And we ended up doing the Braxtons because she lost at Monopoly. And we take bets real seriously around here. That's what she was saying. And, we take bets real seriously, too. We don't play. If we bet, we bet. If it's a bet, it's a bet. Don't be,
Don't be trying to renege
on the bed. Don't be reneging on the bed. Exactly. But I thought it was interesting that Tony didn't want to do the Braxtons at first. But I understood why after I've been invested in this show for so long that I understand why now completely. Why Tony just wanted to just stay on her own and be the Tony Braxton that she was. But instead, she put her stitches on like she always has. And for that, Tamar should forever and always be grateful, which it just doesn't seem like she is. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Mona asked about David, and Tamar said, it's going good. And to me, when your voice go real high, when somebody asks you a question, it just might be, it might be a little, something there.
There's something in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not a body language expert or what have you, but she said it was going well when it obviously wasn't. And that's the bottom line, okay? And no, it's not funny. It's just, we've seen it over and over again where people fake for the camera, but behind the scenes, you're really going through something totally different.
Right.
Totally different. In her words, it's this man It's totally
Yeah,
different
right
what
here.
you trying to act like he is on camera. Okay. So she says to Mona that she wants him to, if you gonna ask the question, just ask. And then she said she started not making any sense to me. She said she wants to be engaged, but she doesn't want to get married right now. And I'm not really understanding that at all. I'm not under Do you understand why someone would want to get engaged but not want to be married?
Nothing that Tamar said or did in this episode made any sense to me. So you'd have to, I mean, you have to keep
Yeah.
going.
Well, Mona still tried to make sense of it anyway, and she said, "Okay, so you just don't want to be a girlfriend anymore, but you're not really ready to be a wife." And see,
Um,
you know what? I'm before you say anything, I want to just give this point. Um, there's this saying in the world: "Don't do wife things for your boyfriend." But how is he going to want to marry you if you are not showing him that what type of wife you can be? You know. So I think that you should go all out from start to finish. Period. Go all out in your relationship from start to finish, and
yeah,
then nobody can say that you didn't go all out. You know what I mean?
but what do you think about about people moving too fast?
That's definitely a thing. I mean, but the thing is this: when you get older in age, moving faster just means that you don't feel like you have that much time. Like your best years are behind you. You don't know how many years you got ahead of you or in front of you.
I don't know. I feel like she should have taken a little more time. It's different when you break up in your 20s and when you break up in your 40s. And I'm not, excusing anyone. I'm just saying that I did things differently in my 20s than I would do in my 40s.
Well, you know what it was with her that I really believe? She got digmatized. It was the digmatization.
Exactly,
It was the,
exactly. And that's what I was thinking
it was dignosis.
because she had been up under Vince for so long and,
That's right. And
she
he,
was
he can't move like,
she
David do,
wasn't getting that bang bang.
Exactly. And he's an African man swinger. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what they say. A lot of people say it though. But we don't want to go too far off. But that is a good point. People do sometimes move too fast, and this may be one of those cases. But when you're older, you do know what you want. And people, what happens is you tell a person what you want, and they act like that's what they are. And
See, and that's the thing. And people do that. And that's why I know in my 40s, I would wait a little bit longer just to make sure this is who he say he is. Like, I mean, it's just too much. And then she has a young child and they become attached really easily,
yeah,
so
I got a
for
whole different strategy, baby. I got a whole different strategy. Now, let me tell you, me, I'm not going to tell you my favorite color. You're going to see the clothes that I'm wearing. You're going to see how I do my makeup. You're going to see jewelry that I wear. And you're going to say, oh, her favorite color is teal. Your favorite color is turquoise. You must really like turquoise.
okay, so wait, you went off into a whole different subject matter. What I was saying was that when you move, it's different when you move too fast when you have a young child like that. Like kids get really attached really fast.
Yeah, and what I was saying is that I'm not going to move. If ever I had to get into another relationship, I definitely would not move so fast. I definitely would make someone learn me instead of just giving them the key
Yeah,
and
while
look
you
and
learn that.
allowing, and allowing someone to pretend that they're everything that I want just because I told them everything I want. I'm
Right.
I would let someone learn the things that I want. And
Hmm.
I would be observing whether or not they can provide that or they can be that for me.
Yeah, because you have to learn them too.
Yeah.
You have to learn them too. So,
Yeah.
just knowing now what I didn't know then, I just don't know that I could meet somebody that fast and bring them around my kid and pretty much move them in, But I mean, I guess they've been together for a while now. It just, I don't know. It seems like a lot to me. It doesn't seem like a lot to you. Like they got real serious real fast.
They did, but being in long-term relationship or a marriage for everyone is different, and you come out of it with a different perspective. Each each different person has a different perspective. They come out of it different, so or differently. So Tamar has come out of it differently, and her requirements are a lot different than what we or you or I would require as far as getting into a new relationship with someone, because she has a different lifestyle.
And I get that. And we probably spent enough time on this. Let's move on.
Right, right. Okay, yeah. So, but it does, I mean, but that just leads back to the fact that she says she wants to be engaged but not married, because she said that then she becomes David Adefeso's wife. And she's now no longer Tamar Braxton. Just like when she married Vince, she was Vincent Herbert's wife, and no longer Tamar Braxton. And we'll get into that because she has that wifely side that's a little more dominating than her artist side. But we'll get into that in a second, because then she goes on to explain she goes on to explain the dynamic of she and Vince's co-parenting relationship to Mona. And her explanation kind of made me a little bit uncomfortable. Just like it just seemed like she was speaking from her boyfriend's mouth and from
Exactly.
his
That's
mouth.
what I was telling you. She has made it a point to really represent his feelings as her own through her actions and the things that she says. And I've been saying that, like, she's totally lost herself again, where she keeps saying she lost herself before, she's lost herself again. She's
Yeah,
already acting like she's his wife.
yeah. You know
And
what? She grew up in a household where she saw a wife. And even though her mother and father divorced, her mom still remained a wife. She was just a scorned wife, a wife who hated her ex-husband, or
yeah, but it's really weird though. Well,
but she was still
I
a wife.
mean,
And Tamar really does want to be a wife. She does.
I was thinking that, and she's just saying that she doesn't want to
She's
be.
just, yes. And she broke away from Vince because wanted that she wanted to
Because
do
if you don't want to be a wife, why would you let somebody pretty much live in your house or live in their house? Like, that is
right,
living as a married couple, even if you haven't said the words or gotten the paperwork.
right.
So I think if you really, really want something truly, you have to think about what it is that you want and be clear about it. You know, because that's not very clear.
Right, so let's do it. The scene goes over to the next day, and Tamar, because she's uncomfortable with recording in the studio, I guess because of everything that's going on in the world today, if you know what I mean, she invites producer Jay White to work in her home. And
He's
this
got a
is,
really nice set of teeth. Are those dentures?
oh, absolutely not. They may be
I don't think
veneers.
so.
They may be
They're
veneers or
beautiful.
just some really clean, good teeth that he's taken care of for his whole life. But
Okay.
she invited him, and he's a phenomenal producer. He has a really great body of work, and I'm not gonna go over all of that right now. But they're setting up, and they trying to get in the mode, and he over there grooving, and he's vibing, and she starts cooking, and I don't mean she just cooking, okay? She is cooking a smorgasbord. She is hooking it up. She's frying chicken, making spaghetti. Was that greens or green beans?
Catfish, green beans,
Girl,
sweet potato pie, peach duck cake. She started
Girl,
making everything.
Tay
She
Tay,
really took like a
Tay Tay,
full.
Tay Tay, your twin friends are coming through. Okay, your twin friends are coming through for sure. Okay.
You supposed to be in down there singing, Tamar.
Yes, you're supposed to be down there singing, and I don't understand why you not, but it does start to come. It begins to get a little more clear, but still not very clear because you have a beautiful voice, and this is not what we want from you. We want the music. We don't
We
want
want
the
the
reality
music.
TV. We
We
don't want
want the
your
music.
reality TV, Tamar. We want the music. Thank you. Anybody listening, please let Tamar know we want the music,
We
not
want the music.
your reality TV. Thank you. So, she cooks a smorgasbord. Everybody eats. You know, everybody got the itis now, but anyway, they still ready to have the session. And then they get ready to start the session, and Vince walks in with Logan. Vince walks in with Logan, and now we're getting green screen and confessionals of David saying that he doesn't want Vince in the home in his home while he's not there, or while he when he doesn't know. If he's gonna walk into the home, he needs to know. And
Yeah, without his permission is what he said. And here's the thing. The producer asked, he was spot on. I love some of these producers. He asked
yes,
immediately, whose house is this?
yes,
He was like, Tamar's house. Well, it's like it's both ours.
we just keep
I
it
have a
in.
house, Tamar has a house.
Yeah,
We
we
spent
just
4 days at my
keep
house, we
her
spent
house at
4 days
her
at my
house.
house. I live here. I have my clothes here.
It was awful. It was awful because they are newly divorced and they are still figuring out the co-parenting thing, and he's expecting things to be just the way he wants it to be overnight. Now, I do understand where your new man does not want your ex in the house with you. Like that's something that's unspoken. It's supposed to be unspoken. So for Vince to feel like he has the power to walk into her house and walk all the way to her son's bedroom, it's something that she's
Um,
giving him.
well, yeah, kind of, but here's the
It's
thing.
not. Look,
It's a house full
oh,
of
I'm
people.
sorry. Look, I almost said to look. My brother-in-law has never just walked in your house and walked to your son's bedroom, and he would not.
Troy has, but not just walked to her bedroom. He was like, she was like, come on,
He
come
was
here.
invited in.
Yeah. So I mean, but our family dynamic is different. Everybody gets along. We all love each other. You
Right.
know, Troy will call Milton, wish him a happy birthday, or
But even
you
then,
know,
though, but even then,
they'll sit and have beer together. I
even
won't even
then,
be here.
I I don't think that it's just been unspoken. Probably it's something that you just don't speak about. Hey, my son's father or my daughter's
Yeah,
father came
it's
over here.
respect. It's
It's just
respect.
something. Yeah, it's not. How do I say it? You're not just gonna say, "Oh yeah, he came over and he went to Mari's room and da 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 da." He's just in,
No,
in my man's mind.
no,
He
he wouldn't
expects
like
that.
that. He wouldn't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like in my man's mind, if my daughter or son's father come over, he expects that he's just gonna drop them off and leave from the front door, not come all the way in
He
here.
wouldn't even come to the front door. We talking about the okay. Let me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. No, but I'm saying this is what he would expect. He would expect that he's just going to, and that is awesome that he doesn't, because we never have to have that problem of whether or not he's been in here and all and up and through here, because it just never would happen. And that
Yeah,
just
I can understand that. I can
yeah,
understand.
yeah, and it wouldn't happen, no matter what the situation was. So
Hmm.
so yeah. Don't be trying to spray my tea, bitch. Don't be trying to spread my publicity, okay? That's hot. It was just all back over you. I'll throw the sheets on you.
You remember
Okay.
what you did the first time you saw mine? I'm gonna be on that. Okay, that's what I'm gonna be on.
All right. So after they do the confessional, David's basically saying that he's uncomfortable with Vince being in the home, and they actually give a disclaimer saying that David didn't want to participate in the show if Vince was going to be a part of the show.
And Vince was going to appear in any scenes. Like
When I
that's
saw
part of
that,
Tamar's life.
that's when I felt that maybe his control may present an issue
Yeah,
later.
he's just
I
doing
thought
too
it was
much.
going to be later on in the relationship, but as y'all all know now, they not together no more. So
But look at this. Let me just say this real quick. I want to put this disclaimer out there. I already don't like him now. So every little thing that he does, I'm like,
ooh,
fuck
yeah,
him.
I'm with you,
So
sis.
with him saying that about Vince not walking in, I'm like, she was with this man for 15 years and you knew you need to shut up at her
I'm with you,
house.
sis.
Period.
I'm with you. I
If,
am
if
with
he get
you.
near, that means she want him in there. Period.
Right.
Now,
That's
me and
and
my
that's my
husband live
thing.
together, so
If he
that's
feels like if he feels comfortable enough to walk through the door and walk all the way to his son's room, then I mean, she gave
then
him that.
that's not his damn house, obviously,
Yeah,
because
she
I
gave him that
honestly believe
comfort.
that if that was another man's house, Vince wouldn't walk to his son's bedroom.
Right,
But he
exactly.
knows that that's Tamar's house. Please.
That's so true. But anyway, Tamar starts mimicking David again, and she's like, "You can't hear my new music. You can't hear my new music. You have to get
Uh-uh.
out." And she's rushing him out the door, and it was just really tacky because he is
A renowned
great at
music
what he
manager and
does.
producer.
He's one of
Yeah.
the greatest at what he
Yeah,
does.
he's accomplished. You don't have
Yes,
Gaga on your
yes.
resume
And he
and
can
not be
offer
accomplished.
way more than David can offer Tamar as an artist. Okay.
Right.
So if you want to build a friendship with him, maybe you should,
So you can learn some things.
yes, look to him for the right way to do it. What should my single be? Things like that. Like it's not hard. It's not hard to build a friendship and show that you respect the craft and those
Yeah,
that
that's
came
true.
before you. And yes, darling, he did come before you. Um, so anyway, moving on, she rushes him out. She finally, and we all knew what that was about. That when we found out that David had the problem with her this being in the house, we knew why Tamar was actually rushing him out, and that was the real reason. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it
about
was.
because she wasn't even making any music.
Right. It didn't have anything to do with her music.
She wasn't even singing. And obviously he was a muse for you to sing because you haven't sang since he left. Anyway.
Right.
Whew,
Agreed. Agreed.
this is just so much to unpack. I told you it's gonna be more than an hour. Anyway, she finally
It's not gonna be
sings.
more than an hour. You got 15 more minutes, and the Raiders is playing right. The Raiders are on still.
Yes, they are, and it does look like they are trying to win this game too. So
Right. These West Coast Bells got
Raiders.
to go.
So she finally sings, but just a little, and then she goes to Logan. She sings like, "Oh, yeah.
She didn't even give us anything. It was still beautiful though. She gave us nothing, and it was beautiful. She gave us nothing, and it was absolutely beautiful. Do you hear me, Misha?
Yeah.
She gave us nothing, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Tony did that on the episode of the Braxtons when her ex came to work with her one time. She was like, "Ooh," it was the most beautiful hum ever, but the song never came out. Anyway, here we Here we go. She's singing and she stops again and okay, anyway, I understand she needed to go to Logan, but she went to Logan and was like, come sell your candy, honey. Come sell your candy. Come and sell your candy. And she's
At
like,
first, she was like, "You want some broccoli?"
she no, but wait, no. That's later on. That's later
Oh,
on.
okay.
But she tells him, to sell some candy. And okay, so he goes and starts selling his candy. And everybody in the room basically can't believe that Tamar is doing it. But anyway, the next scene.
Did you see the way Goli was looking at her?
What? Oh yeah, like look at her. Now look what's going on. Like, what is going on?
Goli was like, "Really, Tamar?"
Right. So the scene switches again, and Tamar is picking up Logan from school. And this is where boys come in. These are boys, okay? He's using a fart toy. He's like,
Yeah, that cracked me up.
Mom, did you hear that fart? Mom.
That was really cute. He's gonna love when he sees himself on TV when he gets older.
Yes. Did you hear the fart, Mom? And that's boys, okay? Because as long as you don't stink, you can come in here. But if you bring something in here that's gonna make me vomit, you're gonna have to get out of my car and walk home, okay? And I'll roll beside you. I'm not doing this with you today and your fart toy, okay?
My kids bought something like that from the ice cream truck one day. And when I tell you this was a stink bomb that stunk so bad that we had to throw it out in the dumpster, and you could smell it still for like days into the trash. Like, I don't know what it's called, a fart bag. I don't know what was in there, but it was disgusting. I thought it was going to be like a whoopee cushion, for you to sit on.
Yeah.
But it was like literally a fart in a bag, and it was disgusting.
That is so gross.
They didn't have stuff like that on our ice cream truck.
That is so gross, but it was really cute at the same time. And then the scene goes to the night, and Tamar meets with choreographer and creative director Kassan Brailsford for help with her live show. He's there for her. He's ready to help her. And they start discussing the details, and she walks out. She walks out. But it turns out that David is somewhere acting like a little bitch. He's somewhere acting like a little bitch about Vince coming in the house and his house. Again, they had to show him again saying, I don't want it in my house. And I'm just like, oh my God, everything. I cannot deal with his brand of control. Like,
I don't like him. I don't like him for Tamar.
Because after Tamar explained, I understand his frustration, right? But this is the thing. I think that he needs to be more willing to compromise.
Listen, he needs to understand that she is David Ruffin and he is the Temptation.
That's what I'm saying.
She is Beyonce and he is Destiny.
Exactly.
It's just too much. He's doing way too much.
He is. And the thing is that in a regular relationship with me, yes, my ex is not about to come in here and go all through the house. No. But in a relationship with Tamar Braxton, who has these cameras here, who has these producers here, who has these choreographers here, creative directors here, tour managers,
that's what I was saying,
and everyone else here, he might need to walk in sometimes just to get him to his room because I can't pay the attention that I need him to have. And I don't have a nanny. What don't you understand?
Like, he got to come in here and get Logan settled in. He's
somewhere with his panties in a bunch and then coming in my house and oh my goodness. And Tamar has to cater to his bullshit, but he left anyway. See, she went downstairs and she shut the cameras out to cater to his BS and he still left. So Tamar didn't hear from him for 12 hours and now she's trying to do a drive-by at his office and stuff like that. And they're like, girl, please, it hasn't even been all day. You got to at least show up sexy. You at least got to do this. You at least got to do that. Now, I wasn't here for it at all. You at least got to let him come back apologize for his bull, okay, and say, "Honey, I understand. We'll work through this." Period. That's just, oh
If
my
I
god.
was Tamar, I would have been dropping his shit off. Okay, that's why I would have showed up. I would have had a trunk full.
But in the car on the way to the gym, she did clear up some social media drama where she apparently, it's really a thing where you can say anything, you can upset the LGBTQ community. It is, they have a way of sticking together and calling out bullshit like nobody else does, and it's actually respectable. Like, I wish that people of color would stick together, like the people of the LGBTQ community.
Well, you
And
know something? They don't either. There's when it comes to communities, there is division in every single community. Period.
there is, because you know what? I've heard about, like, division between just gay and trans and just, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that
Yeah, we're
because
not gonna go all into
that's
that.
not our,
But then let it just be known there's division in every community, whether it's white, black, uh,
that's true.
trans, or
That's
even
true.
LGBTQ, whatever you want.
But
A
she, but
plus,
but at any
um,
but at any rate, when you
XYZ.
do offend them, just like she did, she had to publicly, say that that is not what I meant. What I was saying
Yeah.
is, this. I was, what was she saying? She said that she was saying that if a man doesn't want to touch you, don't want nothing to do with you, it's either something wrong with him. Either he's impotent, he got a problem down there, or he wants a man, or just don't want a woman. And I agree. I agree.
Excuse me. It depends. He just don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Why he don't want you? That's a whole nother story. But the bottom line is he don't want you like that.
Ooh.
You know, now it's yet to be
Ooh,
told what he
sometimes he
wants.
just don't want you. Ooh, he not always gay.
Right.
Sometimes he just don't want you. Cause I was
He
like, bitch,
don't want you.
cause I'm like, bitch, I look good, and he don't want me. He got something wrong with him. But, but I get it. He could just not want me. Okay. Well, that was a word today, sis, honey. I'm glad you went ahead and did that, and went ahead and said that, because you got me together real quick. Then they hit the gym for a session where I promise I'm gonna go when I go to the ATL. It's the famous oh my god, he does the spin classes. What is
Oh,
his
because I
name?
want to do that too.
Yeah, I looked him up, but I don't remember his name. But anyway, if you have seen any Facebook videos where it was real hype in the spin class and he was doing crunk music and stuff like that, it's probably the same guy. And James was in there like, I am not here for that. Y'all are not about to have me sweating buckets on camera. I did it last time while the cameras wasn't around, but I ain't gonna do it today because I look cute. Um, but then the scene, it was real cute. It was real quick, and the scene goes over to Tamar meeting David for dinner, and Tamar says she doesn't really, in a
Wait,
nutshell,
wait. Did you see the one that was on the bike like me? He wasn't here for the spin.
she's
And
laying down, on the,
he was sweating. He
lay
was
down.
sweating. He wasn't even doing nothing. That's me. That's how I was when I was upstairs trying to put this damn eyelash on.
Right, right. But it was real cute and it was real quick, and the scene. Here we go. The scene goes over to Tamar meeting David for dinner at the restaurant. Tamar doesn't want to get between David and Vince. This is what she expresses. She says, I don't want to get between that. I'm not ready to deal with that. And I understand she's got so much other stuff on her plate. Like, I can't deal with you. You go ahead and tell him you don't want him in your house, period. If you don't want him in your house, tell him that. I don't. Why do I got to be the one? And he's like, this is something that you should handle. And I do agree with
He's
him,
right.
and that she should handle. But she insists that, hey, he should handle it. I don't want nothing to do with that, because she's trying to have a amicable co-parenting relationship with Vince. And I
You
mean,
can set boundaries and still have an amicable
yeah,
co-parenting relationship.
yeah. But she doesn't have that yet. It's
What
soon.
she doesn't have yet is she doesn't have it in her to tell Vince no when it comes to
because
her
that's her
house and
son's
her son.
father, and it's I think it's really more about what Logan wants. If her son is like, Daddy, come to my room, come see my new room, what
Right.
are you supposed to do?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I would never say no, right?
Seriously, I can't call
Right.
you.
And
I'm
then it
about
was
to get on
probably
the phone and
probably
call you
pulling
up.
them like,
My baby wants him to come into the room right now. Can he go into the room? I'm not gonna do that because I know it's gonna make him uncomfortable. It'll just be
right,
something that's unspoken, and if you trust me, you trust me. Period. If you don't, we shouldn't be together. And that's it. Like the only reason why he wouldn't want him in the house is because he don't trust him. He doesn't trust what they could be together or
that's
what
not
could
it.
happen between
He
them.
Vince threatens the man that he is. Period.
Oh,
That I'm telling
absolutely.
you, he's a much better and stronger man. I can tell you that. Period. And that's what he doesn't want in his house. He doesn't want that strength and that power of another man in his
Right.
house. So
Absolutely. And in regards to that,
he
David says
knows
that they,
Tamar is not cheating with him.
yeah, exactly. And but in regards to that, David says they think very differently, which they do. They are from two different places, and they have lived two very different lifestyles. So of course they do think differently. That's it's just like Cardi B and Offset. One's from the South, one's from the North. She never cooked. He a man from the South. He of course he used to women cooking. He is used to a woman that knows how to cook. Okay, but I'm not gonna go into that because that's a whole different video that we got to do anyway. So David says they think very differently again, and he expects her to be the one to set the boundary, for Vince, and the things that he can and cannot do. And I do understand that. But Tamar pushes for David to talk to Vince. He agrees, and then she says, I want you to talk to Goli too. What do you think about Goli? What do you think about dream work, and he basically expressed his discomfort and disbelief in dream work. He only believes in God and the Bible, and that's it. And Charlie Kirk, folks, I'm not even going.
Ooh, don't make me diss because I'll diss all the church people.
These
And if we
church
got
folks,
church people on this line, they definitely gonna cancel their subscription. So you
the
might as
church
well
folks,
move right on past that
it's just, oh my goodness, it's crazy. But
because he's churchy when it's convenient, when he
yeah,
can use it to go against something that Tamar is trying to do for herself.
like he's shacking up right now and living with his girlfriend out of wedlock. Okay,
Oh,
because
and said he can't go without sex for
and
45 days.
committing
Please.
fornication, before you're before you're married and things like that. I know he needs sex and he wants to live with her, so he's definitely not opposed to going against some of the things that he believes regarding the
Right. When it satisfies him.
right. So anyway, the scene goes over to Tamar talking to Goli. She meets with Goli to talk to to talk to Goli about her dream.
I
And
like
she,
Goli.
yeah,
I
me
do.
too. Me too. Because she lives life on a different plane, on a different frequency. It's just you can't even touch her. Like she lives life on a different frequency because it's not about, you know, what do I have to do here? What do I have to do there? I have this camera, I have this. She really lives life on her own frequency. It's beautiful. You can tell that she has that kind of peace.
Yeah.
But oh Lord, Tamar had a dream. Ellen was in it. Her baby sister, her big sister, or her the sister above her, Trina, was in it. David was cheating with other women, and Vince was dating Ellen. I don't know. She just really lost me with this part. And she said she woke up tripping on David. Do you know Edna, Vanessa? I don't know what the hell she
I've
was
done that
saying.
before. I done had a dream that was so real that I woke up and I was like this. couldn't go back to
Oh
sleep.
my
So I sat up.
goodness.
I couldn't go back to sleep, so I sat up and I just was like this looking at him, waiting on him to open his eyes. He wasn't opening his eyes fast enough. So I got up, went to the bathroom. When I came back, I plopped down and
Oh
he
my
still ain't wake up. He still ain't wake up. So I'm looking at him like this. So I start snatching the cover and turning up the TV. Oh, we gonna talk about this dream.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Go ahead, go
Tamar.
ahead. Go ahead, cause I ain't doing the dream work.
So while Tamar is telling Goli about her dream, Goli reveals to Tamar and helps Tamar with the revelation that she has some post traumatic stress related to betrayal. Like she always feels like someone's going to betray her. And that's why she's having that type of dream. And Tamar's like, wow, but here we go again. Tamar got to get up and cook again. She's got to be a mom, and I do understand if she doesn't have a nanny, you just got to get up and do it yourself for your kids. Because I do this all the time, and it might seem like I'm being like Tamar, but my sister be like, "You ain't ready to do this, and you ain't ready to do that. You trying not to do this, and you trying not to do that." But I really do. I don't just sit down
I
and
know
not.
you did. I know you didn't just throw me in that.
Yeah, because I don't just
Did
be
you
sitting
say
down
me?
not doing nothing. I really be doing everything for my kids, like seriously, everything. So, anyway, not to spend too much time on that. Tamar said, Logan, you
Oh,
want
we're
some
not gonna
broccoli?
scooch past that. We're gonna talk about that again later.
Tamar said, you want some broccoli? And Logan is like, hell no, I want a broccoli. What's about broccoli? I've been eating cheeseburgers and fries my whole life. Fried chicken, where the catfish at? That you just fed everybody else. You don't
Girl, that baby do like
broccoli.
the hamburger, Donnie. That baby, he is just cute, honey.
I
He
love
is
them like that.
adorable.
I love them like that. I
You know I
do.
love me a little chubby little baby. I'm
I
telling you, they
do.
just be
She
so
said
cute.
you're gonna get broccoli or Jesus. You know damn well you ain't gonna just feed that baby no broccoli. Get out of here. He ain't no vegan, no vegetarian, or none of that. Anyway, Goli offers Tamar a break room. Okay, she feels like okay, this is the part of the therapy where I introduce something to you that may help you get express the things that you're trying to express. So she's like, it's like a break room. She's acting like she don't know what the hell it's called. She's like, it's a break room where you just like go and break things. And Tamar
Hey,
was
look, so I have a question. Since you're freezing up, can I ask you this? Is it me, or now that we're going through it, does this show seem really kind of boring? Like when we were watching it, it's a good show. You know, you kind of get sucked in, but as we're talking about it, it's not as live as other shows that we've talked about. Like I'm sitting here like this.
oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. And that's why I'm glad it's almost over. If you let me hurry up and get it over with. She offered Broccoli go. Goli offers Tamar the break room. Tamar is not here for the break room. They're trying to make her out to be an angry black woman. But that's the thing. She has been an angry black woman on every show and for her whole reality TV life. And now she wants to clean up her image. She has always been an angry black woman. And now that people see her that way, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. But they've only used what you've given them, Tamar.
Well, on my end, it looks like you're freezing up really bad, but I kind of got what you were
Really?
saying. Yeah, for a second it was, but I could still hear you. But basically, you were saying that she's been an angry black woman, or portrayed one at least, throughout her entire reality career. But something else that she's also portrayed
That's
to me
not
is
portrayal.
angry.
That's what she's given them. So you
Right.
can't blame it on the editors. That's what she's
What I'm
given.
saying though is she also gives victim, you know, and she has a way of making things about herself, which is very narcissistic to me too. And I know she was the baby, you know, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. but she tends to make things about herself, like every situation. So,
Yeah, but she's not the baby. She's just the youngest now, and that's it. And
right,
she needs to move on from the baby bull, okay? And she's not here for the break room. And I understand whatever, you don't want to be made out to be an angry black woman. She doesn't want to be smashing things and breaking things because she has no anger. Anger is within. But you can get that out too. You know, she's fighting herself. She's fighting the devil. Fight the devil in the break room, okay?
right. You could
You
break
can
the
fight the
devil.
devil.
I kick the devil's ass in the break room.
I'll burn him down.
If that's what it is
I'll
for
burn
you,
him down.
if that's what
I'll
it
put the
is for you, but
gasoline on it.
it's a way to
Angela
release that
Bassett
negative.
gasoline it. Angela Bassett gasoline it, and light a cigarette. And I don't even smoke, and throw that sucker back there and walk away. Flick it back like she did in the.
Yeah, it seems like a healthy way to release a lot of negative energy. So I don't know why she wasn't with it. I do feel that was again David's feelings coming through. Like I hate when women do that, when they start acting like they're men, or like just you know showing his sentiments instead of your own genuine
Yeah,
feelings. And I
yeah.
witness it all the time. So
So
hey,
here
it
we
is what
go.
it
Let's
is.
go ahead and wrap this one up. Production explains that there is a miscommunication of the break room. And I agree, because she can fight the devil in the break room. And then he comes and he says, I'm not going to be a part of a show that makes it look like I'm tearing down black women. It's just not going to happen. And I agree. I
I
agree.
agree.
She said, I don't think it's you. I think it's TV that is making me that's trying to make me be like this or whatever. But
I
that's
like I like what he did. I do like it that he took it to her like, hey, you got to clear this up for me now. You
right,
know.
right.
So,
And so she just explains that she's only fighting herself. She's not angry with nobody. She's not mad at nobody. She's not fighting anybody else. She's just fighting the devil. That's it. That's it. And she says she's an artist. She wants everything to translate into art. Okay, that's it. And they come into a common ground as the show ends. It seems, and it looks like they made a little bit of a compromise. But the previews from the next show production being told to leave the premises per
and
Tamar's
I'm
law.
wondering if that's going to be the last show. I sure hope so.
No, it said on the next. Basically, I guess it's the next. The next was the last show. They
Yeah,
don't.
that's
They
what.
famous for not finishing no Braxton shows. That it might supposed to be. It might be supposed to be a 8-show season. They give you 4 good ones and it be over. Okay, and
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I'm serious.
seriously,
And the Braxton's supposed to be coming back on in November, and that's going to be cool. We'll see what happens with them. But
yeah.
for
And
this,
we're gonna
I'm
review
hoping this
that.
is the last episode because I don't want to like do another review.
Yeah, we're gonna review their short season too, even though we know they not gonna finish their season either. So like they haven't for the past few seasons. They just stopped filming. Oh, we're done. We're done. So that concludes our review for Tamar's Get Your Life Season 1, Episode 2, Breakthrough in the Break Room. And we thank you all for sticking with us through the broadcast and through the show. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.